Welcome to CWS Christian Writing and Speaking. I'm your host, Jackie Wilson, and today's guest is hailed as the busy woman's cheerleader. She is a seasoned professional and leadership developer that is known for her energetic and giving soul, encouraging anyone who crosses her path to pursue their dreams and live life more abundantly. She is a serial entrepreneur, an author, mom, and grandma. Her mission is to empower and teach a diverse community of like-minded women to thrive 360 in mind, body, spirit, and finances. And she lives by the motto, never become complacent. Let's welcome to the CWS stage, Miss Cindy Rand. Welcome, Cindy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, I'm excited to hear your story because everyone is like, who is this busy woman cheerleader and why? Why do we need a cheerleader when we are busy women? Can you share your story?
Well, first of all, let me say the Busy Woman's Cheerleader at first, it came from my clients. It kind of threw me off whenever they said it. And it's like, you're the Busy Woman's Cheerleader. And I kind of paused. And one of the ladies said, "Oh, Cindy, it's affectionate. It's affectionate. You motivate us, you empower us, and you do it in such a short span of time." And so I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, so that's a compliment. That is a compliment. The thing is, with women being in, and someone asked me recently, what do I define the whole woman as? This stems from those interactions. A lot of times, as ladies, they put us in boxes. You're going to be in a box for your race, your culture, your creed, their health reasons. They put us in box. One thing is more susceptible to others versus one other race. Then they'll put us in, brackets because of our education, where we hang out, what we wear. They have all these different boxes. Your size, your height. There's a box that society puts us in. So for me, that whole woman, the busy woman, we're all busy. We juggle a lot of things. My point with being the busy woman's cheerleader is I want you to keep moving, balance all of those things and pursue your dreams. A lot of times we lose ourselves in family, we lose ourselves in our kids, in our spouses, all those different dynamics. You lose yourself in your career, in your job. And so as the busy woman's cheerleader, those who I interact with and those who I meet, or, a lot of times with conferences, a lot of times the prayer breakfasts, I seem to be doing a lot of those as well. Those people that I meet, I want to encourage them. I want to empower them to do their very best, just balance all of those things, mind, body, spirit, and finances. These are all the things that make us whole as women. I
Yeah.
added finances because I'm an accountant. I've been an accountant for almost 30 years, an accountant and business finance coach. So for me, it's like, okay, they're saying mind, body, spirit, balance, self-care, all of this. How can we do all of that if our money is screwed up?
Mhm.
Everything encompasses a whole woman.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And it's so important that you point out that society is going to put you in a box. You may
Yes,
have family members that put you in a box. You may
absolutely.
have friends that only want to see you in a certain way and they put you in a box. But we can be more than a box. We can
Yes,
break down the walls of the box. So I
yes.
love that. So tell me, how are you helping these women that you're working with specifically?
Oh goodness. So this is my second half of my life. Like you said, I'm a grandma. I call myself retiring from being an accountant. I did. I said, oh my gosh, I've got to do something different. God, what would you have me do this second half of my life? And it goes right back to the roots of me dealing with women. I was the founding chapter president of the Central Florida chapter of the National Association of Professional Women. So I dealt with a lot of different women at different stages, different career choices. Some were entrepreneurs, some were still, working, some had layman's jobs, some were executives. They were all leaders. Then when you go, as far as like the religious side, the church side, you have that same combination of people. So what I had been doing, I would say the second half of my life, the coaching, I would say it seems like a cliche, but I would prefer to say development, because it's not as if you're getting someone or you're dealing with a client who I'll just say fresh out of the womb, has never had any life experiences. That's not the case. what I'm doing with these ladies is helping them to scale their business, grow their business, and progress and catapult to the next level, mind, body, spirit, and finances. So whether they deal with me one-on-one or in our group, I do have a Busy Women's Network Facebook group that we started the latter part of the year, just for a few people who wanted to connect and kind of hear me babble on a couple of times, during the course of the week at no charge, but they can as well chime in to a service at a discount rate to be able to have me work with them one-on-one. So basically, a lot of people that I work with, the ladies that I work with, are aspiring entrepreneurs or current established entrepreneurs. So with the aspiring, which is like my favorite pick, you've got these talents that God has given you, and you do it on the side, on your leisure when you have time. But then you're saying, I want to be wealthy. I want to do this for my kids. I want to do this for myself. I want to be able to travel. But you are neglecting the actual tool that the Father gave you in order to take yourself to that level. You have decided to focus your attention where you think your money is going to come from, where you think you're going to retire from. But He's given you a skill. He heard you. When you ask Him, I want to do better for my family. I want to just be able to travel. I want to be able to buy me a house and car. I want to have multiple cars. I want to have multiple businesses. But you're taking the cookies that you made that everybody loves, and you're just holding it to yourself. You create T-shirts. You have a beauty salon. I've got a couple of them like that. They've had beauty salons, brick and mortars, for 30 years, but they don't have an online presence. And it's not that they are ill-equipped or I would say naive in that area. They know they need these platforms. They don't know how to reach these platforms.
Yeah.
So that's where I come in to help you, again, catapult your business, catapult your training, mind, body, spirit, finances. So we're going to work on budgets. We're going to get your mind right, your finances right from top to bottom, as long as you receive it.
Yeah. And you use the term 360. So it is full circle when you work with
Absolutely.
people.
Absolutely. Full circle. That 360 is what encompasses the whole woman.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want you to share with us a story of somebody who didn't think they could actually have this life that they wanted and it's just now shining and changing the world with their presence.
So there was a caterer. I mean, awesome. I used to tease her. I said, I know you had a Mima or Nina or somebody that was teaching you how to cook. Because at your age, surely, the way you cook, and I'm very finicky. I'm a finicky eater. And so I said, and so at the time, I'm just going to say XYZ Catering. So what happens is a lot of times in my social circles or when I'm networking, I'm always finding ways to promote people's businesses in that circle. That's why we created the Busy Women's Network, because again, that's another circle where you're going to work within in your circle. If so-and-so has this business and you need that service, I'm going to connect you with that person. If so-and-so knows how to crochet socks and, you need socks, I'm going to connect you with that person. So this particular caterer, she just did things from time to time for a few friends of hers and a couple of groups. And so she's in this group with us and I'm talking. And so she decided she wanted to be one of the clients because this is what happened. As I was talking, they said, well, Cindy, who's your preferred caterer? And I said, oh, XYZ Cobra Catering. And one of her employees actually, because I had her to actually set up that day for our refreshments, one of her employees actually kind of grunted and says, we're not corporate, we're XYZ. And so me, I kept that mask on. I said, oh, okay. And kept talking. So she corrected her, but it was prophetic because what happened was when she connected with me as a client, not just an associate within this group, she connected with me as a client. She said, I like what you said. And she said, so she changed the name of her business to XYZ Corporate Catering. So what that did, I started working with her, giving her references, connecting her with conferences, people who were coming in state, contacting me either to be a speaker for that, or can your group come, or yada, yada, yada. And we worked out a plan for her to do corporate catering where her audience wasn't 5 or 10 people or a bridal shower or a small reception. She would have anywhere from 8 to 10,000 people.
Wow.
And it was so funny because here it is, it was a slip of the tongue as far as I was concerned. When I said corporate, it just sounded better and I just said it. But now she's taken her business at this corporate catering level, and she also has the food truck, She also has a staff. She also has this huge place where, because she did go to culinary school. So she has now this huge building where she has several chefs to get the food ready, to, all of the condiments, all the decorations, whatever it is. And she's also added event planning with that. So
Wow.
she does a full service now versus, I would say, mom and pops. So
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her. I'm
Oh,
so
we
proud.
can tell, and I love it. We have to prophesy over our own lives. We're always looking for
Yes.
other people to make statements about us, but we
Yes.
have to start saying what it is that we really want. And we
Yes.
have to be careful of those people who will limit us. Like you said, that employee was like, no, we're not corporate.
Yeah.
But you don't know what God has for you. And
Exactly.
if you start limiting yourself, guess what? You're going to stay within those limits. But if
Mhm.
you start looking beyond, like you said, the box, get outside
Yes.
of the box,
Get out
knock
of that
down the
box.
walls,
Absolutely.
you can
Absolutely.
see yourself as God sees you,
Yeah.
something much greater. I
Yeah.
love it, Cindy. What is next for you?
Oh my goodness. So I am so super excited. So two things. Dun, 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 dun. So one, I have finally decided to put all of my thoughts into another book. This next book is leadership. It's a leadership book. And basically, well, the actual name, The Unstoppable Leader, leads with confidence, competency, and compassion. And so with this book, I'm covering all of those different areas for the seasoned leaders and those, who are coming in, I would say our future leaders. So that should be out, I would say, in April. I have been saying March, but time flies when you're having fun. So I'm going to say April, we should be finished with the edits and that should be out. That's a wonderful, wonderful tool. But I am so super excited, honestly, about our retreat, the Well Woman's Retreat, a spiritual awakening. We're going to have that this fall. It'll be in October. So that is what is next. And that's what we're really kind of sticking our heels into, just make it just so perfect, if at all possible. I tell people all the time, I said, okay, even with my clients, we're creating these plans. These are our plans, but I need for you to take it in prayer and meditation to the creator of plans to see what he wants done.
Right.
I have a lot of times they'll say, it didn't just, I did this and did that, and it didn't just work out the way I wanted it to. I'm the leader and I'm in charge. And I said, well, the thing that you have to keep in mind, you've been issued a manner of authority, but you're not in control. You're not in control. So that's the thing there. Even with myself, I try to practice what I preach. After we get it together, we have to, basically give it back. Okay, what do we need to do? Is this how you'll have it? Because you always want it to be where he gets the glory out of it. You get a thank you, but he gets the glory out of it. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the retreat. Well, Woman's Retreat, a spiritual awakening. I'm so excited about it.
And I love what you said about we have the authority, but ultimately God has the control.
Absolutely.
I like
Absolutely.
that. Cindy, can you tell people how they can connect with you? Social media, website?
All right, so I am the Busy Woman's Cheerleader, so they can find me when I'm there. I try to get my team to do it, but they push me. It's the Busy Woman's Cheerleader. I think we're all over. Not quite as active on TikTok, but I know Instagram and Facebook, the Busy Woman's Cheerleader. Then also the Busy Woman's Network, which is a private Facebook group. But if somebody wants to be invited, definitely we'll let them in. And then secondly, well, finally, my website, thecindyrand.com, and that is TheCindyrand.com, thecindyrand.com. And there, if someone wanted to book me, for the next event, to have me speak, motivational, inspirational leadership, prayer breakfasts, whatever they decide that, they want the Busy Woman's Cheerleader, those types of things, they can find that information there and actually keep up with me and see where I'm moving to.
Yeah, I love it. As we wrap up your interview today, what is the one thing that you want to leave with the audience that they can implement into their life today?
Never become complacent. There's always much more for you to be, to see, and to become. We are ever evolving. That's how we were created, to evolve. And so, no matter what stage you're in life, no matter what age you are, no matter what your aspirations are or what you feel like you missed the mark in, it's never too late. As long as you're breathing, there's still a chance. Every morning that your eyes fall open, there's still a chance. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, I believe in daily resolutions. I believe in setting your intentions for the day, because he allowed you to wake up again. That means you still have a chance. So never become complacent.
I love it. I love it. CWS audience, you have heard her. So many golden nuggets shared here today. My favorites are get out of the box, don't become complacent. There is so much more for you to do. And make sure you're not around people who will keep you in the box or only want to see you one way. You need your own personal cheerleaders in your life so you can go as far as God sees you going. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. And until next time, beautiful people, God bless.
Thank you.